My soul's an electrode. Don't be surprised if one day the explodes. Goes up like a let's go. Not so fast, don't go less slow. Shop it as the panda of Tesco. Set it ablaze like a gun touched by the Basco. Cats down human as a cat's go. Plan to hit your cash flow. That's slow. You have met your macho, so stop it to no macho. But you end up getting crunched just like a nacho. Acting like it's actually factually natural. But that intelligence is nachos in a nutshell. Weird thing to eat. If you get it, then you're smart just like an astro. Physics combining with the ganja getting mad stone. Then they really be in space setting mad goals. Analyzing molecules instead of when I'm looking through the telescope like it's a monocle. Just watching the grass grow, eventually leading to a maze. Yeah, stare up in a cortex. Away from a vortex. Spin out funnels of the conspiracy theorists, so I end up reading more text, wondering which laws next, or what bill's gonna be passed in Parliament with laws next. Probably something that tells us to ignore sex and everything else that makes us human. We end up looking grey, big heads, thin body, no longer the short necks. Atmosphere is more dense, and now we're able to sense what we could do before. So right now it doesn't make any sense. It's like looking through the most powerful lens. It's like hence why we have no defense. I wonder why defense high as a meteorite that's shooting through the sky, and it won't put a punch nowhere to where the sky. Bring terror to the planet is punishable. So tell me whose idea was this? It was this guy. Martial arts pros drive this does, and look at this their boss pressure was sadist. I'm sure what she meant when I asked her to dance. She replied with, yeah, I just really want this dance. Did she mean none or just one, or was it pure disgust? I don't know, I just walked off, didn't discuss. Had to cool my mind, so I went to the track and hit the discuss. Into my experiment or I mix up on the mix. I reckon I can plus an MRI scan and say I did by my hand. With certain people next to me I can say that I'm my right hand. Lando Calrissian might be arriving, so be careful cause he might land. See this is a sign then no. Filled with the rebels but bring me so low. Damn, I never seen him so low, except when he's pissed with C3PO. Box stops there. No, you cannot copy flare guns on a fairground. Simply red is there with his red hair. Nobody but somebody needed and they care. That's how you know that they care. Unlike the mayor of the dark nights, this guy is a nightmare. Hidden messages, look now, there's one right there. Written on a rock, question why would you write there? To warn us of future presidents like Blair. Which project did he try hide where? I'm like Uno, didn't have a clue though. Like I get a clue though. Uno is a car game. Send us free carbon alkaline cause we have a propane. I went to give the crossbow my second name because when they asked this is surname, didn't mean my surname but my first name. I've been called to the battlefield game. Scouts studied him my first name. Called for the medic for some first aid. Yes, tell me the rest. I win or rest. I'll be a mess. I must confess that I'm gonna assess. And then the next step is massive finesse. Well I can ground you digress. That is unless you wanna test me. Cause I'll give you something fresh. I'll refresh your mind and nothing less than the best test. Something in the nest. It's an egg and it looks next. Looks like 5 dinosaurs had sex. So 4 different species why the world's so messed up. Did you see it? What the incident? No, but the man and the dinosaur. He saw more than the Cold War. Friends killed by mortars. The confrontation that almost left the world war torn. Followed by an enormous storm on the wall. On your face it was so cold. Oh my god, there's reason so we need to get warmer. I want you like a warner. Brother and not about undercover in the sauna. The target is away, you must be wherever they are. How you fell for that? Did you see whether they are? Cold wherever they are. Colder than a minotaur. Give them a minotaur round, then seal it up. Put them a minotaur through the sheeting through the ceiling. And now he's got a minute or two. Cause the minotaur, his poor neck, what the heck was he there for? But it was all there for. I'm gonna sue and take the money out of their vote. That's assault from an honest assassin. You call me an narcissist and an arsehole. What a spoil it, some of the rest of the clan. Cause our souls together combined are super entwined. You see our powers never declined. You need to remind yourself it is us who decide in the time. Never your mind what's going on in your mind. Cause you'll know when your mind. Cause the buzz will be too much. It will be smashing against your mind. And your eardrum, damn you son. If I punch you have missed one. Do I need to list them or should you just listen? Don't treat me like the treaty list. But unless imagine that I don't adopt my global prison. You know a politician would do anything to gain a status. Fuck those groupies and those fakers. Back to the country and saw their faces. Just scared sending your thoughts. Okay bitch you wanna taste this. Now you are fucking with my patience. A few days later then a shot dead in places. Is a disgrace what a case with no faces. How was anyone supposed to face this? A bunch of fucking faceless. Not even from a faceless but faceless. Gone and having a clue what a faint is. It's just vanished amazing. Got stain news vanished. Amazing product I can dodge I can product. And that's when I'm just going getting warmed up. I'm not the kind of food that you wanna warm up. I have to become a fresh short term lyrics every style. Therefore I'm maxing finesse. So what's the next step? You're able to watch your next step. Don't stand on the dubstep. Step up on the rap trap. I don't never know. My power keeps rising. It's over 9,000. I'm focused with Vegeta. You know I always defeat. It's the power of the mean and I'm making a move reacting shock. Cause my power ain't stopped. There's no way you could beat me. A Super Saiyan 3 only cheat could defeat me from DBZ. See to rap about the subject that is easy for you and not him. So tell me what does he see? Nothing could trying to steal my thoughts but he's unable to read me. Come in row 1. Tell me do you copy? Do you read? You know a book is a book but set free me. If it's a different language and I go and I'll see 3PO. It's better than using C4 RDX. That's actually the Star Wars. I guess similar to Star Wars. Don't chew back a smoke it with a lot of green. Yeah mixed in to make it potent. Now hit the yard and the DJ just mixed in some sick tracks. I've got everybody listening. Just like time masters life more. I never got to rudder you're a star Concord. Was I Boba for Titanic or I probably would have been on board. If I survived the ice that night I would say that life is something I had conquered. Still got a couple left. It's the opposite of right now. It's my second life. Wow. I'm going for a third and the people be like how?